Is this thing on?
Oh my gosh, I think it is.
Hey everybody, welcome back to One Word at a Time.
The show where we take a close look at the curious words we use every day.
Today's episode will be focused on the word segregation. Hi, my name is Josie.
Hi, my name is Maggie. We chose this word because we are learning about MLK and how he fought to end segregation when the blacks and whites were segregated.
Hey Maggie, do you know what the word segregation means?
No, what does it mean?
The word segregation means to be separated.
Oh, that makes sense.
Do you know that segregation is still happening?
Really? Where?
In fact, there's a school in New Jersey that is getting sued because of segregation.
How many states are still segregated?
In 2011 through 2012, 17 schools were segregated, but not 100% of those states were segregated. The states were California, Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Texas, Michigan, Nevada, Wisconsin, Virginia, Louisiana, North Carolina, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York.
Josie, you mentioned that not all 100% of the states were segregated, so how much of those states were?
California had 8.1%, Georgia had 19.5%, Tennessee had 25.3%, Mississippi had 22.9%, Texas had 13.1%, Michigan had 25.1%, Nevada had 14.6%, Wisconsin had 28.2%, Virginia had 28.9%, Louisiana had 28.6%, North Carolina had 26.6%, Florida had 20.9%, Illinois had 14.8%, Indiana had 28%, Ohio had 28.1%, Pennsylvania had 28.1%, and New York had 13.3%.
Wow, that's a high percentage for some of those. Here's something I do know. We have some bound bases that have the same base as the word segregation does.
And what would that base be?
The base is G-R-E-G-E.
Oh,
Do you want to know the words?
yes!
The words are aggregate, gregarious, congregate, aggregation, segregate, egregious, and congregation. Of course, there are a lot of other words.
Oh, what do all those words mean?
Aggregate means to collect in a flock or herd. Gregarious means to be sociable in a flock or herd. Congregate means to be together in a flock or herd. Segregate means to divide the flock or herd. And egregious means to rise above the flock.
Some of those words sound familiar.
What words sound familiar?
Congregation, like the congregation of a church, but that's only one word.
It is only one word, but yeah, that is true.
You know what?
What?
They all have something to do with a flock or herd.
Yeah,
Why is that?
it's because the base, G-R-E-G-E, means a flock or herd.
Oh, so it's like a group?
Yep. Josie, do you know what year the word segregation comes from?
Yes, the word segregation comes from Latin in the 1540s.
Don't words have different spellings in different times?
Yeah, in 1540, segregation was spelled segregatus and segregare.
Why are there two different spellings?
There are two different spellings depending on your sentence. You might use one suffix instead of another.
Oh.
Yeah, so like you could say swim or swam or drive or drove, etc.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hey, should we share the interview that we did with Miss Davis?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I think we should really talk to Mrs. Davis about segregation.
Like Miss Davis, our social studies teacher?
Oh, like the teacher that taught us about segregation? Yes, that teacher.
So where is she?
Let's go get her.
Hi, guys.
Hi, we have some questions to ask. Do you mind answering them?
No, I don't mind at all.
Why do you think that blacks were treated poorly and not whites?
I really have no idea why blacks were treated the way that they were treated. It's such a confusing time in history. I don't know that anyone would be able to answer why it happened.
Why do you think MLK stood up and not a lot of other people did it?
I think Martin Luther King Jr. was a very brave man to do what he did. And aren't we lucky that he chose to stand up and fight for civil rights?
Why do you think Rosa Parks decided to stay sitting?
Rosa Parks said that she decided to stay sitting on the bus that day because she was just tired, and that she didn't really have a plan to start the civil rights movement the way that she did. So I guess she probably decided to stay sitting mostly because she was tired of having to stand.
Why do you think that blacks could not vote?
Blacks were not voting in Selma at the time because it was very difficult for them to register to vote. And after fighting that, they did in the end get the right to vote in Selma.
Do you think that it is good that children are learning about segregation at MLK, and why?
I think it is really good that children are learning about segregation and about Martin Luther King and all that he did during the Civil Rights Movement. And I think it's important because maybe it'll help us to not make the kinds of mistakes that were being made then.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm so glad we interviewed her.
Yeah, she's our social studies teacher.
Thank you for joining us today. We here at the Cambridge Elementary invite you to listen and learn the fascinating abundance revealed with each and every word. One word at a time. That's a wrap.